Microphone check, microphone check. What up with everybody? Mental Ninja doing my thing. I'm about to copy and post the link. Just want to jump on for like an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes. I got a basketball game tonight, first game of the season. Bitches are gonna make us wear masks while we play motherfucking basketball, nigga, in the gym. I'm like, how the fuck we supposed to wear a mask? What's good, Philly? I'm like, how are we supposed to wear a mask and play fucking basketball, nigga? And they're like, you just have to have the mask on your chin. So it's like, no doubt, no doubt. But I'm gonna start it off with the opening before we get into like the little quick hour and a half build. Here we go. That shit so crazy, nigga. Bury me in the nameless grave. I came from God, the world to save. I brought them wisdom from above, worship and liberty and love. They slew me, for I did disparage therefore religion, law, and marriage. So be my grave without a name, that earth may swallow up my shame. So that was from the Master Therion himself, Aleister Crowley, reciting a poem that he wrote called "The Nameless Grave." And if you couldn't understand like what he was saying, if you've ever seen the movie, what's it called? House of a Thousand Corpses. There's a part when they drop the people into the hole, right? And they drop this fucking this like microphone speaker things, tape players playing this recording, and this is the recording that they're playing, the actual vocals of Aleister Crowley. One of like the very few anything that we have that actually has his voice on it. That's like an old, tape or whatever the fuck, 8-track, fucking monograph, sonograph, whatever the fuck they call it. But and that's the first time I ever heard this shit, but I didn't realize until like a couple years ago after I joined the OTO that was Aleister Crowley saying it. And he says it's called it's called The Poet. That's the name of this poem. And it goes, bury me in a nameless grave. I came from God, the world to save. I brought them wisdom from above, worship and liberty and love. They slew me, for I did disparage. Therefore, religion, law, and marriage. So be my grave without a name, that earth may swallow up my shame. And basically, it's wildly disputed and opinionated on what he meant by that. But for me, it's basically saying that he's calling it, the poem's called The Poet, right? So he's speaking from a poet's perspective on what his purpose in life was. And he's like, you know what? I come to bring this information or whatever from God, strictly from God. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that God told him to say something or whatever, but more in the sense, because in Thelema, we believe, do what thou wilt shall be the whole, the law, love is the law, love and the will. And one of the biggest mantras in Thelema is there is no God but man. So in a sense, man, the individual, is a physical embodiment, a copy, not a copy, but a physical representation or manifestation of this idea we call God, the Most High, the great architect, the grand spirit, the great creator, the supreme architect, whatever you want to call it, Yahweh, Elohim, whatever names they've come out throughout the centuries and the aeons. Basically, man is the visual, physical format of this invisible, eternal, omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient entity called God. And so he says, I came from God, the world to save. So we came here to save the planet, like to save the game, like the memory card. Shout out to MF Doom, rest in peace, right? And he says, I brought them wisdom from above, from the celestial, the ethereal, or the astral realm, or the not seen realm, the realm of non-creation. And he says, worship and liberty and love. You know what I'm saying? Of how to worship and how to be free and how to love liberty of being free and the worship of liberty and love. They're like a triangle that work on each side together. And he says, they slew me for I did disparage. Now, if you don't know what the definition of disparage is, I'm gonna go ahead and look it up right now just so I can clarify my own thoughts on it. And so disparage, regard or represent as being of little worth. So basically, and that even sounds even harder, is like they slew me for I did disparage. And he comes in, I'm a God, I'm manifest on earth, I have this information I'm bringing to the people, which is also God that's manifested on earth. And I'm not going to hold myself in some very high, lofty position as the clergyman or the pope or the religious elites or the idea of the elitists would do and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So basically, he's keeping himself in a low vibration in the idea, right? And like being like humble on some Jesus shit, riding into the fucking gates with on the back of a fucking donkey, like homeless looking and shit. And then he says, therefore, religion, law, and marriage, right? Now, religion, religare, to bind or to tie back. Law as a format of following some kind of a system of governing. Doesn't matter if it's government as a whole or governing as an individual, but it's a system. And marriage, that's the two people come together, or two things come together and united, and the third thing is created. So he then says, so be my grave without a name, that earth may swallow up my shame. And basically it's like, it's a game you can't win. So the poet is saying, I come to do something. I am God. I come from God. I am here representing myself in idea of worship, liberty, and love. I'm good. They killed me. The other guys that didn't understand who they were or whatever in the game, they killed him because he was being too like homeless and shit or fucking lowly. And then therefore religion, law, and marriage are, see this, listen on this, on the reading, it has worship is capitalized at the beginning of the sentence of the line, and liberty and love is not capitalized. But on the next line, the next stanza, therefore is capitalized at the beginning of the line. But then religion, law, and marriage are both capitalized. And basically what I feel he's saying is that the religion, the grouping of thought process and the governing through the law and marriage of what you need to do and what you're supposed to do has trumped worship, liberty, and love. And these are economical, demographical systems that are imposed or utilized by an elite or whatever, a select few to keep other people or other groups are in their own place or the place they want them to be in. So be my grave without a name. Like, nigga, you ain't gonna remember I was here because I'm not elite. I'm not fucking trying to force my opinions and my beliefs on anybody else. And the earth will swallow my shame. And the thing is, when he said the earth will swallow my shame, he's basically saying that the earth is gonna look at me like, you know what, you ain't do what you were supposed to do. And he's talking about the earth like in that Christian sense of be in the world, not of the world. All right. So I just want to start with that. So peace, everybody that's in the chat that showed up. You know what I'm saying? I'll post the link right now again. So basically, what is like being in a secret society, right? And I'm gonna tell you right now, it is nothing like people think it is. Period. Period. Right. Outside of taking the oaths and doing the initiations, us being in a secret society is pretty simple. You just show up, you conduct business together, you make sure other people have a way to join or sign up, whatever the fuck their different orders do and shit. You know what I'm saying? And you maintain the position within your own order in your own local region, and also a fraternal universal idea of you can travel, you can do this, you can do that, and you should be able to find a place where there's other people who think like you, believe like you in some seemingly sense, and you can convene with them and shit. You know what I'm saying? But like as far as all the plotting, governmental takedown, all that shit, that's government shit, bro. That's military government shit. It has nothing to do with what happens in the actual secret society. Once you move from lodge work, oasis work, in OTO, we have the beginning. It's called the camp. Once you get to a certain level, it becomes an oasis. Now, not level of like taking souls and shit, but once you've grown to a certain point as far as membership and work that you're doing within your local body, you go to an oasis. You have your own little site, this and that, and then from there you go to a lodge like the Masonic Lodge and stuff. And the only thing about this difference about Masonry and OTO is a combination of all the biggest secret societies that have been around for the past 150 to and longer, back to thousands of years ago and shit, right? And we are more of a secret society than the Masons are because the Masonic Society is a society that has secrets, and those secrets are basically the initiations and the oaths and the actual ritual and degree work that's condensed and contained within their system. Now, you won't be able to find a symbol or a sign that says Ordo Templi Orientis anywhere in any place you travel to because, like I said, we are a secret society. We are secretive. You can't just fucking come up and it says OT on the door and shit. You know what I'm saying? Of course, when we do have events, you might find the event if you're given the information to get there and shit, and you will see most likely the OTO lawman being represented for that local body or their local body lawman. All right. Now, for me, it ain't been nothing but fun. You know what I'm saying? I like this shit. I know other people might not agree with me that aren't in it, and I can be okay with that because how can you know or agree with something that you're not in that you don't know about? Like, I get it, and we got YouTube, we got fucking Google and fucking Craigslist and fucking what is the other one? Backpage and shit to search information. But like, unless you actually go into it, like, how would you know what a fucking McDonald's cheeseburger tastes like unless you actually ate one? It's like you don't know. You're only going to go by what your Google tells you, by what your Siri or your Craigslist posting tells you, or YouTube videos, other people who have not eaten a cheeseburger, whatever, or have eaten a cheeseburger and have had unfavorable experiences due to whatever situation that's privy to them. So the thing is that once you decide to join a secret society, this is how it works on two levels. For me, it's not about am I as a secret society. If I'm gonna be a worthy candidate for the secret society for the OTO or whatever I choose to join, is it good for me? You know, that's the biggest thing that I think anybody should think about before they engage in anything. If you're buying a car, if you're buying some shoes, do these shoes fit my feet? If you wear size 12 and you buy some size 9s, you're not going to be able to wear those. If you wear size 12 and you buy size 15s, you'll be able to wear them, but you won't be very coordinated in your steps. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to have your fucking whatever you choose to do be in line with what you're trying to do. And if you like, I'm gonna join a secret society. A lot of people join secret societies because of the main one is because their grandfather was, their dad was in the secret society. That happens a lot with the Masons, also with the Rosicrucians and the Golden Dawn and other orders and stuff, Templars and all that stuff. But you have to go through that Masonic process. Now for the OTO, a lot of people join in because not many people parents were in the OTO, and because OTO's only been around for like maybe 130 years, right? Not even that really. But they didn't join because their family was in one. They joined because they most likely found out about Aleister Crowley and shit, or Theodore Roos, or the Illuminati, or the Rosicrucians. They found there's a hybrid society that combines all of the best parts of all those secret societies and even older ones into a modern day understandable initiatory system that's a universal, fraternal, global organization and shit. You know what I'm saying? And most people, they are like witches, warlocks, Wiccans, fucking thinking they wizards, sorcerers, fucking they are Satanists or Luciferians or fucking some other like dark what do you call it, satanic panic type shit. And I'm talking about majority of them black lipstick, black fucking fingernail polish, fucking hella piercings and shit. You know what I'm saying? And other people think that, oh well, I heard the OTO is a secret society that practices sex magic, so they're gonna be having orgies and shit. So I could go there and I can go get me a chick, or a chick can go, I'm gonna go get me a dude, or a chick can go, I'm gonna get me a chick, or a dude can go, I'm gonna get me a dude, or a transsexual I'm gonna get me a transsexual, or whatever the fuck, or pansexual, whatever the fuck they got going on in their head and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that and shit, but that's just like some of the different um uh 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 orientation of the people that you will find in the OTO. And even in Masonry, I've met Masons that are homosexual and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I've met Masons that are family men. I've met Masons that are like single men. I've never met any Masonic women from the order of Masonry, but I have met co-Masons that were a married couple or they were in co-Masonry, which Masonry looks at as a clandestine, and clandestine means illegal activities, not having permission or auspice, not operating under auspices of a Grand Lodge. And the thing is, Masonry doesn't control all secret societies around the world. It doesn't work like that. All right. And when we hear things like Masonic conspiracies and all these things, like truthfully no bullshit, they're like as they hold as much weight as thinking that all black people are thieves. It's a general consensus, a fucking blanket belief and stuff, which is not all the time true. Of course, you're gonna find people in any organization, in any job, in any fucking city, in any neighborhood that are going to get together because they have their own means or motives and stuff, and they want to cause havoc. They want to selfishly take everything they can, not give back nothing. They don't care who they hurt. It doesn't matter if you're a Mason or you're a fucking drug dealer or you're a fucking social worker and shit or you're a bank teller. If you have a fucked up mentality and shit and you're a thief, you're gonna steal shit. If you have a fucked up mentality and you like to bully people and berate people and belittle people, that's what you're gonna do no matter where you go. All right, so and this is me. I'm in the OTO. I've been in it for 3 years. Um, about almost three. It'll be 3 years in a couple months. You know what I'm saying? I am a first degree only because of the pandemic stopped me from doing my second degree last year, about this time last year and shit. And it's gonna so the degree system, right? Oh, you're a first degree, you're not at the top of what, man. That shit don't mean shit. That's like some motherfucker that say that shit like, oh well, if you fucking have a fucking yacht, that must mean that you're fucking, you know what I'm saying, that you get any bitch and shit. Like, no, your money gets you bitches. You know what I'm saying? Like, most niggas couldn't get a bitch if they're in regular street clothes. They got that glamour and glitz that attracts the females and stuff, but only a certain type of female and stuff. They can't get any female and stuff. Oh, if you have the, I remember one time, right? I was at Sunset Park here in Vegas in like 2001. And this nigga comes to the park, right? I got next in the game on the court. I got two dudes. I got my four. I need a fifth dude, so I'm waiting to see who else shows up looking for my homies. This nigga show up. This nigga's like 6'8", right? Got all Jordan everything. He come with a Jordan bag, duffel bag. He got Jordan shoes, Jordan socks, Jordan pants, shorts, fucking Jordan shirt, Jordan everything, man. Jordan headband. I'm like, this nigga 6'7", 6'8". This nigga got all Jordan shit. This nigga can ball. Hey, nigga, you want to roll? I got next. He's like, yeah. Bro, I swear to God, this was the most garbagest nigga I ever played with in my life. He was so bad, this nigga double dribbled and then traveled in the same fucking play and try to argue the call. It got so bad, I had to steal the ball from my own teammate, and then I'll try to fight his ass. I was gonna swing on him and shit, but I didn't want to fucking fight and then leave, you know what I'm saying, and evade the law and stuff. But it's what I'm saying is like, just because it sounds like that, just because it looks like that, doesn't mean it is like that. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what degree. When you're made, you're made. Everything else is about your inner work. Everything else is about your ritual and shit. You know what I'm saying? So again, I joined. I took my Minerva first chance I got to after I got approved. I have a felony background and shit. It took a lot longer for me to get up in there like than the average Joe Blow or Jane Doe or Jane Blow, whatever, or they blow, whatever the fuck, them blow, whatever it is. Would get up in there because I had to go through a record process. I had to be honest about my shit, and they checked it and they see if I was telling them was the same thing as they found, and also to make sure that I was like no pedophile, I was no fucking murderer, and I was no fucking rapist and shit with sexual offenses. Those are the main things that will automatically bar you from OTO and from the Masonic organization. Now there are other organizations I'm involved in. Argentum Astrum, which is the symbol that you see on the screen right now, the AA, or Astrum Argentum, however you can flip that either way. And then there's also AMARC, Ancient Mystical Order of the Rosicrucian and shit. I'm in both those orders and shit, right? And at the same time, OTO. But I'm gonna tell you right now, once you decide to join these things, just know that after you take your oath, the shit does get real because you're the one taking the oath. A lot of people don't like the word oath, a solemn promise, to swear. A lot of people don't like that at all, period. And it's like, to me, it's like, well, then I can't trust you. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, I mean, I'm assuming that everybody expects the bank to keep their information secret, not to give them out to everybody and shit, and keep your phone number secret and keep your email secret and keep your fucking, your address secret. I'm assuming that everybody who has a mate would hopefully that their mate would keep their fucking their sex secret only with them. You know what I'm saying? Not to be given out to every Tom, Dick, and Harry or Dick, Dane, and Joe, whatever and shit in the city and stuff. But then we talk about an oath in a fucking secret society or for some organization. People are like, oh no, 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 they're gonna steal my soul. They're gonna make me promise. Blah 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 blah. And that's not really how it works. You take the oath for your path. It is an oath between you and the order, but it's an oath between you and whatever you believe in and shit. And if you don't believe in it, it's gonna be hard to get in. It's not like, oh, well, you're Mason, you got to be Christian. You don't have to fucking be Christian. There's a Masonic lodge in New Orleans that swear that initiates their members on the Book of the Law, which is our book, the Flema book, right? And there's Islamic Masons, there's Sufi Masons, there's Buddhist Masons, there's fucking Hindu Masons, there's Jewish Masons, and they just do it on the book they agree with. And it doesn't mean that they believe that all the books should tell them they're true. They can, they don't have to. You know what I'm saying? But that's their pathway, their spiritual pathway of what spiritual tools are you going to use when you're in this fucking secret side of this fraternity. And they're like, okay, well, I'm a Christian, so I'm gonna use this. It's gonna be my holy light, my great light. I'm a Thelamite, it's gonna be the book of the law. If I'm a Buddhist, it's gonna be the Buddhist, the Buddhist I Ching or some shit like that, or the Bhagavad Gita for the Hindu, or the Mahabharata or whatever, shit, or the Quran for the Muslim or the Sufi and shit, right? So that's just to keep person working on their spiritual improvement. It has nothing to do. It really has nothing to do with any kind of fantasy beliefs. It's just a system, right? The system doesn't have any belief in itself. It's the people that come into the system that have their own belief, and they do it and work within the system according to the nature of their own beliefs, according to the nature of their own mentality, according to the nature of their own emotions, according to the nature of their own spiritual behavior and willingness and want to grow. Now, when you get into an order, you do your initiations, the shit's fun. I ain't gonna bullshit. And then you get to go back out to the real world and you're like, yeah, I'm a secret society. I'm initiating the secret society. And niggas look at you like, oh, you took an oath. And they don't know what to fucking think. And you can have a lot of fun with that shit. You know what I'm saying? In a good way, you can have a lot of fun in a bad way. You can have fun like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna tell you. People get, oh man, what is it? It must be evil. Like, nah, nigga, let me get your bank account. Nah, why? It must be evil. Okay, well then what you tripping on, right? Now, outside of the initiation and outside of the fucking ritual and the oath, it's all your own personal work. Some people like me, I like to stay busy. I like to get involved and really apply myself. You know what I'm saying? I'll show up. I'll be there. If you ask me to show up and I'm not doing anything, I will be there. I like to take responsible roles and stuff, you know what I'm saying, because it builds me up, right? Now, on the other half of that, you got people in there that get these secret societies, and all they want to do is they want to be special. And they think, oh, I got the oath, I took a secret, I took the initiation, blah, 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 blah. People gonna look at me and think I'm some kind of fucking new world order leader and shit. And it's not, no, that's not how it works. Some of the dumbest motherfuckers, bro, look, some of the dumbest motherfuckers come into the secret societies think it's gonna be like that. And it just makes it all look bad. It furthers all kind of hatred, real fucking like bias, like prejudice, like white people who don't like niggers type shit, prejudice against the secret society as a whole. And when they meet members like me, like, oh, well, you took an oath, you're in a secret society, blah blah squaze, all this other that. And it's like, no, I'm just a regular nigga, bro. You know what I'm saying? I go to work, I got a kid, I fucking pay my bills, I gotta fucking obey the traffic law and shit. I don't get no special privileges or special rights. But on the other side of that, I do get to meet a lot of people that do, to some degree, have a little bit of sway in global affairs, national affairs, state affairs, county affairs, local affairs, or even fucking neighborhood affairs and shit. But what does that mean? It don't mean shit. It really don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? I go to a basketball park and I could play ball, and I got relationships with all the niggas there, and I could put the bomb ass team together. Like the squad I play with tonight, we a good team. We gonna probably win and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I've been playing with niggas for like 2 years, and our team has grown and lessened and grown until we got the right people on the team and shit, right? And we play well together. So the secret society, in a sense, is supposed to operate like a fucking basketball team, like a football team, like your own family. It's supposed to be family takes care of each other. Family doesn't deceive each other. Family doesn't lie to each other. We protect each other and stuff. And at that point, are you going to be a family like to fucking fuck over other families? Or are you going to be a family like to help other families and stuff? Or are you going to be a family like we also do our own thing, we'll keep everybody else, they do their own thing and shit. And that's kind of what you get within the idea of the secret side of the order and shit, right? And the fucked up thing for me, right, as a fucking black man, as a fucking four, 4 or 5, 4, it's actually 5 because I got 2 convictions of the same conviction. They stack charges. I got as a African American black felon, by me being in secret society and shit, I get looked at like even worse. You know what I'm saying? I'm at work, white folks see me, I approach them, they're like, what's this black man want? Is he gonna rob me? White women grab their purse. You know what I'm saying? If I'm talking to somebody on the panel, or whatever, I'm in secret society, it's the same shit happens. They grab their fucking personality purse. You know what I'm saying? They start looking at me fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Which is why does that happen? It's because we have people that make other people look bad. You know what I'm saying? And the biggest thing out of all this shit, the biggest thing out of all this shit about a secret society is that if you think that you were going to somehow get some special knowledge, you're fucking wrong. You're going to get that shit if you want to get it inside a secret society or outside of a secret society, because like is known to like. Like attracts like. So if you want to learn and grow, you're going to learn and grow. But if you want to see what these orders are doing on the inside, then fucking find out. Otherwise, a lot of niggas gonna be hating and shit. I know what hating is. It's talking shit about something that you don't even fucking know nothing about. That's fucking hating, nigga. I'm a hood nigga. You know what I'm saying? Niggas looking at me, they see me pull up in my fucking car on my 20-inch rims and shit, and they gonna size me before I even get out the car. And I get out the car, if I'm dressed a certain way, they gonna size me about when I'm dressed. But they don't know the me. They looking at the appearance on the outside and what they can get and how they can come up or how they can hate or how they can get apart. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the inner working really fucking dwells at. You got to get to know these motherfuckers and shit. Like, and then you got Masons and shit. Like, just because a motherfucker won't tell you their oath, man, like, you should look at that as a good fucking thing. Like, damn, that nigga is keeping his fucking word. No bullshit. I don't want niggas around me that can't keep their word. I got the motorcycle club going on and shit, right? We already about to X one of the members out because that nigga can't keep his word. That nigga can't do the shit he's supposed to be doing. He'd rather go do some other shit with some other motherfucker that ain't his brothers while we need help and leave us and don't even check up, make sure everything's all right. So it's like, nigga, why you want somebody on your team that ain't gonna be on the team? You feel me? Now, as far as the idea of secret society, right? Ordo Templi Orientis is like the worst one. As far as like the publicity and shit. For one, Aleister Crowley is like one of our most famous members. For two, in the flat earth community, fucking everybody hates NASA, everybody hates Masons, everybody hates all that fucking space travel shit. But the nigga who made that shit possible, Jack Parsons, was once head of the order of the Ordo Templi Orientis. And they killed that nigga. And who wants to know why? Probably because he found out that he created technology they can't use to do what they said they were going to use it for, and they got to get rid of the nigga. They killed JFK too. That's the Vatican. Let's keep the people's minds down. That's the bad guys. Niggas you need to worry about is the Vatican Church, the Black Brothers. We call the Black Brothers and shit, right? The Black School. They only want to blood suck the whole population. But OTO is Masonry in the beginning. It started out as Masonry. It started by Masons, Rosicrucians from the old school Rosy Cross, not from that fucking Amark shit. And I'm not saying nothing bad about Amark. Amark is a really spiritually soft and not in a bad way. It's really easy. You know what I'm saying? You can sign up online. You can pay your $15. You get your little fucking, you start as apostolate. You get your little monograms and shit. And you can fucking proceed and you can stop when you want. After your 15 month, you can actually go to one of the locations and get initiated in a really beautiful temple. So it's easy. There's no taking oaths in the beginning, but if you ever want to go that route, you can. You can do your shit on your own in your house. Take your own oaths, create your own system that you don't have to feel like you're tying yourself to other people that you don't understand what they're doing or know anything about them and shit. You know what I'm saying? And also started from the OTO also has roots in fucking the Golden Dawn and also the Illuminati. Some of the fucking original members of the OTO were from the Illuminati and shit. And like, yeah, the Illuminati does not even exist. The only place the Illuminati exists is in fucking people's mouths and shit and on YouTube and shit. You know what I'm saying? There is no more Illuminati, but there is. The Illuminati's whole system is preserved within the OTO. And the thing is, like, your only way to find that out is like you have to fucking like Go through the OTO process. You're like, oh shit, and you find out the Illuminati shit, you'll see what I'm talking about. But you can't watch Illuminati and like study them and understand it and know it. You have to go through the extra process. Like, oh shit, that's blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? And at one point, we decided to stop being Mason because the Masonic organization thought we were doing too much. You know what I'm saying? The one Masons in Germany didn't like the Masons in Germany that were doing the OTO shit, which were third degree master Masons and shit. And they're like, hey, look, you can't admit men and women. So y'all got to change that shit. And they're like, we ain't changing it. And so, boom, we separated from them. And after like 30 years, in the early like 1930s or 40s, we stopped calling ourselves Masons because for a while we were still calling ourselves Masons. You know what I'm saying? And if you check on the link for the video, it shows the OTO lineman with the all-seeing eye, the dove, the descending dove, into the holy chalice and with the flames and shit in the heart, right? Well, on either side, you have Jacques Cousteau and you have a Templar Knight, an initiate Templar Knight and stuff. And that's because the OTO, we are Templars. We are the Oriental Templars, the Order of the Oriental Templars, or the Order of the Temple of the East, hence Ordo Templi Orientis and shit. And the reason that we are Templars, the Masons that don't know about OTO, like, look, y'all can't be Templars because y'all ain't going for the Mason shit. Like, nigga, our shit got Masonry in our first 2 degrees. You're gonna get Masonry, Templar, and fucking York Rite. And once you get the first three, you're automatically up in Scottish Rite. So literally, the 33rd degrees, you'll hit all that shit in the first couple of degrees. And that's why OTO system is pretty dope. The other side is it takes a fucking long time to go through degrees because they have the system set up where boom, you take one in Minerval, you have to wait 30 days, then you have to wait 9 months, you have to wait 9 months, you have to wait an extra year and a half, and boom, 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 boom. You have to be brought into the higher levels by fucking they was it invitation. And it's not because like, oh well, see that's it, that's the black boule, that's the recruitment, because the hire is like, nah, it's because like nigga, they don't want niggas that's gonna be in that shit ain't gonna be fucking putting in work. I ain't talking about fucking misleading the public and shit, but like fucking desk duty shit. Like real desk duty shit. We got this saying the higher you go, the you become more the order's bitch. It's like management. You start off a job at a fast or what do you call it? A fast food place, right? They got you only on fries. You put the fries in the thing, you turn the little fucking fryer on, they cook, the timer goes off, you take it out, you shake the fries out, you dump it in the fry pit and shit, you know what I'm saying? You bag the fries. That's your job. After you've been there for a couple months, you might get moved to the burgers and shit. After that, you might get moved to the cashier. And after that, you might get a fucking a swing shift. Or you might get an opening shift with a key or a closing shift with a key. You might become assistant manager. You might become manager. The higher you go, the more responsibility because the more job duties that you have to perform and shit. It's exactly the same situation that would be in a secret society and shit. Now, in masonry, you have 1, 2, and 3. You have the what's it called? You have the entered apprentice, you have the fellow craft, you have the master mason. And after you hit master mason, you're done. You've accomplished everything and shit. You know what I'm saying? But then you can go on to fucking the York Rite, and then you go to the Templar Rite, and you go to the Scottish Rite and shit. And then if you want to go further and shit, you can go to the higher degrees and shit, which is like through the Memphis, the primitive Rite and stuff, which still is looked at as and this is the thing I don't like, is looked at as a clandestine organization like Mason because they do have the Masonic initiatory system like verbatim. The first 2 degrees is the Masonic one, but they go to all it's like 360 degrees or whatever and shit. And the number don't mean bigger, better. It's just put it like this, right? In high school, you have 4 quarters in basketball, right? And then when you get to college, you have 2 halves. And then when you get to the NBA or the B League, you go back to 4 quarters. Now in high school, your 4 quarters are a certain length. In college, your 2 halves are a certain length. In the NBA, your quarters are different length and shit. You know what I'm saying? So as every system is going to be tailor made for their own purposes and shit. You know, and like I said, like well, first, none of this shit I'm saying, nothing I say represents the opinions or views of Ordo Templi Orientis as a whole. These are my personal opinions. These are my personal experiences and shit. You know what I'm saying? And because I say that as a disclaimer, it's not saying, well, see, you're trying to cover up. Nah, nigga, I'm like trying to fucking be honest and fucking be what's the best word to say? Um just do the shit the right way, bro. I don't speak for OTO. I speak for my fucking self. That's a simple thing to understand, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? And essentially, bro, to keep it 100% simple, bro, secret societies are not fucking bad. However, there are secret societies that are on some weirdo shit. that I wouldn't even fuck with. You know what I'm saying? And they operate more like cults. They have the secret society platform. They may have a grand lodge. They may have their own auspices, their own charters and shit. They may not be recognized by masonry, but doesn't change that they're a secret society or not. Yeah, there's so many fucking secret societies. Niggas that have their head would spin if you think it's all the Bilderberg, the Trial Commission, or the motherfucking the Knights of Malta, or the Knights of Columbus, or the Freemasons, and the Rosicrucians, and the Golden Dawn, and the OTO, and the Skull and Bones. Bro, there's fucking tribal secret societies. There's fucking monarchy secret societies and shit. There's secret societies like the fucking Rotary Club and the Elks Club and the Lions Club and shit. And they all do something different. Like the Lions Club, the niggas gave me free glasses and I was homeless in Florida. You know what I'm saying? The Elks, they're like a fucking old man group. The Shriners, they do like hospital work and shit. You know what I'm saying? But of course, you gotta be a Freemason, York Rite, Templar Rite, Scottish Rite before you can be fucking Shriner. And basically, the whole system is designed to fucking really, it's designed to help people out. This is what it's supposed to be doing. But of course, you're gonna get people that don't want to help people out. You're gonna get people that want to take, and like, okay, well, I hope that like this. Either you selling crack rock or you got a wicked jump shot. You got people that has that. You got a good basketball skill, you might go far. But if you don't back that up with some kind of education or some kind of like fucking career skills, you're not gonna. If you get injured or you don't make it, what are you gonna do? Be fucking selling crack. And if you want to get rich, but you don't want to fucking work 8 hours a day and 40 hours a week, or go to school and study and learn and shit, you know what I'm saying? Under the system that they have where you can achieve your goals, then you're going to do that shit by nefarious and clandestine, which means illegal, conspiring ways and shit. So being a secret society doesn't mean automatically that everybody's evil. That is a fucking a super plot. I would say this. I would say to stop people from joining secret societies, like good people that have good morals, you might want to scare them away from that shit first. You want to scare them to the point that their morals won't not allow them to go. You know what I'm saying? But then there's always that one motherfucker, bro, that courageous motherfucker, like, bro, you know what? I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do right no matter where I go. Those people are gonna get the best out of any secret society. And I'll say this for a flat earther, right? You got some flat earthers that don't even care about flat earth. They just want to get an opinion that they can hold over other people so they can think themselves is right, right? You have some flat earthers that are so intrigued by the idea they have still not stopped studying. They're not convinced the earth is flat or the earth is round, but they're convinced that there's still more to study. Those are the people I fucking thoroughly enjoy being around or talking to, because it's not a fucking it's not a door that's going to shut on the whole concept. There's always room to grow. And the thing is about growth is you can allow yourself to be wrong at any time in your life. You know what I'm saying? And for me, as a member of the OTO, and one day I will be a motherfucking Mason. I look, this is how I'm talking about, right? I didn't got sober. I'm about to be having 4 years sobriety in like 40 days on the 23rd of February. I have 4 years. When I take my fucking 4 year trip, my motorcycle club's gonna be there. The OTO is gonna be there. Motherfucking my boss for my job is gonna be there, and a couple of my coworkers, my family, my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, my son's gonna be there. Other friends from A are gonna be there and shit. It's like I'm built the fucking beautiful world around me. They all want to see an achievement that I'm making in my life. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm willing to put the work in and shit, right? At the same time, like I've been thinking like today, I was thinking like, what else do I want to do? Like, nigga, what if I laugh to myself, right? Because I'm getting ready for my basketball game. You know what I'm saying? Got bought some new shoes and shit. New, I got the Westbrook 3.0s, 2.4s, and why nots and shit. I bought the Kyrie Irving's one with the little all-seeing eye because I need to have me some good shoes with the gel bottom for the grip on the court. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what if I wanted to go try to be in the NBA? Like, that would be a goal, right? I'm 39 years old. But what if I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to train. I'm going to work. I'm going to practice. I'm going to do this. I'm going to try out. And maybe I'll make history like this nigga 42 years old joins the NBA as a fucking walk on and shit. That would be dope to add to my list of achievements, to add to my list of legacy and shit that I recreated after destroying my life, right? I told people in AA when I first got into the rooms, one day I'm going to be president. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a president of the country. I'm president of my own actions, though. I'm the total control sovereign government of my own existence. And I amicably and I fucking make contracts on who I choose to engage with in the outside world and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I do it almost in a legalistic way and shit. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna fuck with you, I'm gonna fuck with you. If I'm not, then nigga, I ain't gonna fuck with you. But I'm the fucking commander in chief who makes that final decision. And I also have this congressional system. I do votes and fucking think about How's it gonna work out? Is it gonna be something good? It's gonna be something bad. You know what I'm saying? I really fucking weigh out situations in my life today and shit, right? And then I'm like, I'm not the president, but guess what? I'm the vice president, the VP of our motorcycle club. It's not mine. You know what I'm saying? Went through the blessing, went through the little fucking initiatory ritual, which is fucking dope. And I look, I get kind of emotional sometimes when I go through some shit that really means something to me, bro. I will have tears in my eyes because I remember where I came from. I remember today, 4 years ago, and how fucked up I was, and how my life. I was like, I'm going back to prison. I'm gonna be dead. I'm gonna go back to prison. I'll be dead. And my parents were like, "Damn, Zach, what the fuck's wrong with you?" You know what I'm saying? And I told people I'm gonna be president, but now I am. I'm a vice president, and I'm king of my castle. You feel me? So, and I learned this shit not just from AA, not just from OTO, not just from the other AA, not from the Amark, not from the Golden Dawn, but I learned this shit because I became willing one day to really want change, really see change happen in my life. But I had to do something different and shit. You know what I'm saying? So outside of all those things, I'm in another secret society. That's a one that's so secret, the members don't even know that they're in it. And that's some serious shit. And that secret society is called the Hermetic Brotherhood of Light, which is where the OTO really, really comes from, which Masonry really, really comes from. And no, it never exists as a group, but it always has existed as a group of men and women who think in a certain way, who've gone through certain things, and they have a psychic change, and they better their lives so they can help and better the world around them and shit they occupy and shit. Jesus Christ, if he was a real person or not, he was in the fucking Hermetic Brotherhood light. You got Serapis Bey, you got Osiris, you got Mithras, you got Zoroaster, you got Plato, you got Socrates, you got Aristotle, you got dukes, you got kings, you got fucking William Wallace, you got Akhenaten, you got motherfucking Solon, you got fucking the Moorish, or any society, any country, any civilization that had these really, really good people that you read about, they're part of this fucking group called the Hermetic Brotherhood of Light or Hermetic Brotherhood of Lux. And really, it's just an idea of a certain mindset that certain people have. And they motivate and they work with other people to increase this mindset. And anytime they can help, they will help. And if you just help one person, you will fucking change the entire world that person sees. See, fuck all the big global conspiracy shit. Motherfuckers is looking too fucking far. They're not looking right what's right in front of their eyes and stuff. And the whole purpose, from my experience, of why I'm in a secret society and what it means, is for me to learn how to better myself through understanding the nature of reality within me and the nature of reality without me. And so the initiations are fucking dope for me. Other motherfuckers will go through initiations and that they just went to something. It was mundane. It was like going through a stop sign and they didn't even come to a complete stop. They did a rolling stop on the California road and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or like some people, like you got men that have beautiful wives and like don't even love them, like don't even fucking like really interact with them or do things with them. They just have like a trophy wife and shit. Or they have the trophy son that does everything he's supposed to do. The trophy dog does everything they're supposed to do, but they don't never show up for their children. You know what I'm saying? They're like, hey, I pay the bills, I put food on your plate, I put fuck clothes on your back, I can keep a roof over your head. My job is done. And what they do is they detach themselves from the society of their own home, from the secret and ritualistic and initiatory experiences that happen within your own home. Some people even do that with their own life and shit. They're there, but they're not there. They don't even show up to their own life. You know what I'm saying? And basically, the whole structure of how these secret societies and initiatory systems work is designed to mirror and give you another way to interpret your own existence. Is that a bad thing? Well, if you believe it is, then it is. And if you believe it's not, then it's not. And if you don't know, then that is so as well. But the thing is, what are you willing to learn? What are you willing to sacrifice to learn? There's a mystic tie or this idea of what we call the egregor, which is the mystic energy that unites all initiates in the world, past, present, and future, by going through the ordeal. It's not about the oath, it's not about the ceremony, it's not about the fucking ritual itself. It's about the individual going through something that other people before and after him and right now are, will, and have gone through. And what has all people done that we've all done? That's similar to that is birth. and everybody dies. So if you can understand what this secret society, what these rituals are about, it's they're designed to teach you about something you don't even know about, something that's so far from you, and you're still searching for that right now. And who is that? Is it God? Is it your higher self? Is it your supreme consciousness, the super ego, the fucking the highest energy, the lowest energy? Whatever it's gonna be, is what you're gonna find, and it's what you will it to be because it's gonna be you. But the thing is, while you're on that path, you're creating this you that you're talking about. Just like when you were in the sack of your mom's stomach, you were creating yourself. There was no invisible hands, but there were invisible hands. They were your hands, made you look just like how you look. The Bible talks about that. For we create, let's create man in our image, our likeness. We, humans, all humans, past, present, and future. They made themselves in the image of a human, two after two, in their own way they were created. And then it says, now God created man after his own image and his own likeness. Is it God? Well, yeah, God is you too. It's the unseen you, the you that you don't know that you are because you're in the middle of it. Think about that shit. Motherfuckers chasing for this fucking guy. Women are chasing for this fucking girl, or this father, this mother. Nigga, you are the father. You are the mother. You have all the creative aspects within you. You breathe creation. You inhale fucking creation. You see creation. You blink creation. You bleed creation. You shit creation. Excreation. Excrement. Something like that. You piss it. You are the existence. You are the focal point of all the things that's happening around you, up above and inside and within you and outside of you. It's all happening right there with you. That's what that little circle in the middle, the 8 point inside of that symbol, that's what that's representing. And it's just a symbol. But you're the real symbol, right? So when you go through initiation, when you go through a secret society and shit, if you decide to join, if you're qualified, then just know you're going to work on yourself. The mystic tie is to something greater than yourself. That might just be the future you or the highest part of yourself, or at the same time, the lowest part of yourself. Because you're going to do what you want to do in life no matter what. If you join a secret society, you're going to do what you want to do in that. So you know there's like nothing you can do. You're already in one through birth. And everybody goes through their fucking 3 degrees, 3 stages of birth, life, and death. But the thing is, like, we can say birth is a miracle, creation is a miracle. The miracle's already happened. Now you're here to understand why that miracle happened, why you're created. What does it all mean? What about the fucking global elite, the conspiracies, all this other shit? Why is that happening? Why want to be this perfect society, this perfect world? If that's what you want, I promise you, you, king, queen, prince, princess, will create the universe to adjust itself around yourself, while others will live in a universe just to their own self. Heaven and hell's only in your mind. But niggas don't understand. They think it's gonna be a place afterwards. You know why? Because the great game has to be the illusion. It has to be the fucking the hiccup of it's not here, it's over there. And you get over there, it's like not here, back where you came from. Get back there, it's not here, it's over there. You get over there, not here, back where you came from. You're just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But the whole time you didn't took yourself with you. And the whole time, who's been the one exploring? The exploration doesn't come to you. You go to the exploration. But why do you go to the exploration? Because you're exploring your own self. You're looking to seek and find yourself, to find understanding and purpose to your own existence. And that is the nature of God, to create and to see why. And then to create again. Creation is the biggest why. Creation is the biggest how. And creation is the biggest when. So when you put all this together, you'll understand what the fuck is going on. And you might not be so angry when you hear shit that you don't like. You're like, oh, I get it. Come off with it. Take off that mask. Oh, that's me too. All right, that's you. I see you. That's me. That's you. Who are we? Or you could be like, oh, it's days. Let them blame, blah, blah. Victim, I'm a victim, victim, victim. You know what I'm saying? Getting niggas pushing you out, taking your lunch money, ripping up your fucking poems and shit, tripping you, putting kick me signs in your back and shit. They did it. The global elites. He did it, mom. Snitches, tattletales, people that don't have accountability for their own action. But once you get that accountability, you're gonna have it for your soul. Now we're more to shift it, right? So if you look at your birth certificate, you look at your fucking ID, you look at your fucking Social security card, you're gonna see your name in all caps. That is not English. Even though they're losing English letters capitalized, you cannot use English in a way that makes it all capitalized because every letter is a new. When you start two capital letters again, basically it starts a new sentence. So it's not English at all. It's not legalese. It's talking about something else, right? And encapsulated in this idea of secret societies and the idea of a global secret society called humanity, there is a great consciousness, a super conscious, super ego, a God consciousness, almighty consciousness, the most high. And that most high is you in all caps. See, when you contract with somebody, right? You walk somebody, I go into a store, motherfuckers like, shout out, hey, first off, shout out to Abraxas. My nigga, bro, put me on the shit. And like, it just, I fucking understand so fast. So fucking fast. It confuses me at first, but then I wonder why I'm confused. And then the thoughts start rolling and start streaming like StreamYard and shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like all 5 bars, 5G, 1 million G, 2G, Y2K, right? You yourself, the person I'm talking to, the mental ninja, right? My real name is Zach, right? But to me, I am a fictitious representation. I don't fucking exist. You don't fucking exist. What does exist is those all caps. Because speaking of a language that's not English, it's not even a language that's utterable by words. It's the language of the cosmos. It's a super scientifical spiritual knowledge. It is your super self. And you, in a virtual reality, in a matrix, has created you to represent you as a fictitious remnant of your higher self. Back in the beginning of the stream, I was talking about you are a physical manifested single point aspect of God's own infinitude. Infinite, infinite, you got infinite T, infinity, infinite Y. Figure it out. You got to figure it out. So when you do business with somebody, you go into a store and the cashier's talking to you, or somebody tells you to take off your mask, tries to get you to do something, you can legally ask them for their ID. Who are you? I don't know you. Well, I'm so and so. Well, let me see your identification. Because once you see identification, now you have opened up from maritime law to fucking the in between the border laws and shit. You have opened up a communication for commerce, and now you're seeing you want to exchange. You're opening up an avenue to exchange information or contract through the entity, the permeable super ego entity, which is represented in all caps. You are a fictitious representation of that. You are a stand-in of your own infinity. You're the finite representation of yourself. So when you say, I want to see your identification, and they tell you no, they're concealing themselves. And that puts a stop on everything. They can't tell you, cops, bankers, nothing. Nobody can tell you shit because if you want to see their identification, now you're opening up a legal avenue to communicate and contract with the super ego, the God of them. I'm not talking about the God of spiritual God, super ghost God, but their fucking invisible real self. Because the real self we see now, the one that comes and goes, isn't the real one. Just check it out. Think about this. You take a breath, right? When that breath enters your lungs, it becomes the one cap with the rest of lowercase letters. But when it's going out your lungs and coming into your lungs, it's all caps. That's the infinite. But once it reaches a point, it's not infinite. It's finite. It has a process and a function to do, and it's representing what? The breath of life and what to sustain and give life and shit. So everything that you're doing when you're contracting with people is supposed to be based on this idea that I'm coming through the waters to dock. And when you come to the waters to dock, now you are operating within, boom, your fictitious statement, your fictitious you. But when you're in the waters have no shape, they're formless, they're void. Think about Genesis 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth, and the earth was formless and void. And the Spirit of God hovered over the face of the deep and said, let there be light. When we said, let there be light, the light becomes lowercase. And what you don't understand is that every day, and that's why the Bible is a very important book, because they have given you the scientific understanding of who you the fuck are. But you got the fictitious representation of the understanding, which is all muddled in. So you talk about some invisible guy had a mouth and said this, blah, 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 blah. And he said a light first, there was no darkness. Where's the moon at all? So blah, 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 blah. Nah, bro. The best way to communicate anything is through telling a story. Like right now, what I'm doing, I've been telling a story for 55 minutes through a myth. Communication is speech. But what does that mean? All the words you hear are coming from an invisible potential that has no existence, that exists everywhere. Everywhere the sound of the mouth, the sound of the voice can travel is where it's supposed to go. And that's everywhere around it, audible out. But it comes from inside the mind, which is an invisible idea. It is an idea in itself because you can't hold it, can't move it, but it goes everywhere and it can do everything. How? Well, it's created a system for itself. It's created senses for itself. It's created physicalities and non-physicalities for itself, and movables and immovables, and fluctuatings and fluids, so it can get around and do what it's got to do. And the word became flesh. Who's Emmanuel? You are fucking Emmanuel, motherfucker. No bullshit, nigga. Ain't you flesh? Didn't you just say something? If you go talking later on today, you the word become flesh. How the word gonna speak? It makes flesh for itself to speak. You're a mask on your own, so you are the mask of your hidden. You're the mask singer of the man that's wearing the mask behind the curtain, or the woman. Because behind it, there's no sexuality. There's no man. There's no woman. There's no child. There's no father. There's no sisters, no brother. It's all that shit. It's infinite. So when you're dealing with people, just know that what you're dealing with when you contract, you're either contract with their fictitious fucking stand-in, or you're in contract with their eternity. If you contract the eternity, that's the real shit. So when they take it to court, you see your name on the docket, it's gonna have your name in all caps. So saying people versus who? You. But what you understand is you are also the people, because the people is represented in all caps too. And all caps talk about the same fucking thing. It's just different points on a grid that's infinite. But every point is part of the infinite grid. And every point is equal to other points. You know what I'm saying? So like what are we doing in secret societies and shit? You're already in a secret society. What do you do in your own life? It's the same shit. And if I go outside and like, oh, well, these people are wrong, these people are wrong. Like, I don't do wrong. Like, I don't lie every once in a while. Like, I don't take shit that don't belong to me. Like, I don't mislead people and shit. I try not to, of course. So I don't want the unfavorable experience that come with it. But there are times where I do, and I have to correct my mistakes if I'm willing to. So there's nothing that separates secret society and the individual doing right or wrong. Because the individual can do right or wrong in a secret society or not in a secret society. Because you're already fucking in one anyway. It's called life. The greatest initiatory system in the entire universe. You're playing a game of Temple Run. That'll make your temple run. Matter of fact, I heard a motherfucker say that shit on 106 Park, and he lost that battle to my homeboy Fats. And my homeboy Fats, who couldn't get out the game, couldn't leave this shit alone, is now going to fucking the rest of his life in the federal penitentiary for having one of the biggest dark web fucking fentanyl pill fucking distributions, whatever, in the history of America and shit. Very, very fucking talented white boy and shit, who was a fucking one of the gangsters niggas I know. He was a real blood too. Only nigga that was in prison housed the blacks because his cred, because he been through it. Way harder than me, nigga. That nigga was down to do shit I ain't down to doing shit, because I ain't down for the consequences. But never mind that part, as Drop would say. See, my whole goal, right, isn't to cape and just soften up and get people to recruit to secret societies. What I'm trying to recruit is when people start fucking thinking for themselves. Start really looking at shit. Start taking away and moving these fucking doors and these walls that other people put for them, and keeping an infinite open landscape. One of my favorite artists, Vast Air from Cannibal Ox. If you never heard the group, Cannibal Ox is one of the sickest motherfucking hip hop groups of all fucking time. Matter of fact, their album, The Cold Vein, has been rated one of the best underground hip hop albums of all fucking time. Cannibal Ox, The Cold Vein. Vast Air is like a fucking poet, bro. One of my favorite rappers and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that nigga said in one song, he said, "Dear God, in the next lifetime, fuck the jackass and just give me 40 acres of galaxy. Because I need my own space to create original fallacy. It's so hot, liquid becomes a gas. And if you get smacked, the ground becomes your ass." I know I got lava spit. I start dropping shit on Tuesday, but on Wednesdays, ash. Now you got to put a bag in front of Thursday because Good Friday was a thing of the past. And the nigga, like the way he uses his words in a poetic format and shit, he's actually teaching something. He's actually teaching a very deep mystical understanding through the hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And is he initiated? He's a 5%er and shit. Is he initiated on some other degree? He may be. But then again, he may be that Hermetic Brotherhood of Light that we talk about. That mindset. It's certain mindset, man. You know what I'm saying? That are adequate and very well skilled in building as well as destruction. And are able to harness and utilize both those things in a system that is organic, that is natural, that takes both parts of the build and both parts to destroy. Like I said that means four. The build has two parts and destroy has two parts because build means destroy and destroy means build. When you can master those two cycles, those two parts, when you master that sun and that moon, then the earth is your fucking universe and you can create whatever the fuck you want on it. But the thing is, you already been doing that shit. What really made it a bad day last time you had a bad day? What was it that made it a good day last time you had a good day? What's today a good day? What's today a bad day? What's today an in-between day? Well, I can't even call it. What made it that way? Who ordains the days good and who ordains the days bad? And the word became flesh and dwelt among men. You do. When you're operating out of that all caps. MF Doom said it, all caps. Rest in peace, MF Doom, bro. He wore the mask, right? Been wearing that mask since like 1998. Niggas don't even know what the fuck he looked like or looked like before he passed away. He dies in the mask year on fucking Halloween, mask day. You know what I'm saying? What a fucking powerful fucking statement. You got probably and I believe that Doom was initiated in one of these orders. I don't know which one. Because he talks about a lot of shit I can understand now. Prodigy. Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body. Secret societies trying to put their eye on me, but I'm gonna stay incognito. He's the one who said that shit that fucking took fire, right? If you look up Prodigy, Google him on his last couple years and stuff, and type in Illuminati, whatever, with the Google or with the YouTube, and she's gonna come up with some videos where he's actually admitting that, yeah, I'm in a secret society right now. Yeah. And on his last album, Hegelian Dialectic, he says, I'm in a league of initiates or some shit, a brotherhood of elite rappers. I'm a master builder. I'm like, damn. And on the album cover is like all kind of arcane, archaic, and alchemical symbolism. And he actually gives a lot of truth like 9/11, all this shit. And the word Hegelian dialectic is an important understanding. Basically, Hegelian dialectic is you create a situation. Was it thesis, antithesis, synthesis? So the thesis is, what do we want to do? All right, we want to do this. How are we going to accomplish that? We got to set this play into motion. That's the antithesis. To get the universe or the things in the universe to move or to magnetize or repel around it so we can cause a thesis to happen. And once you get that, it becomes synthesized. It becomes a working process like any football play. What's the play? We want to score 20-yard fucking, we want to get a first down. All right, what plays, how are we going to do that? Well, we have the quarterback sneak, we have the fucking flea flicker, we have the fucking motion, we have the fucking wildcat, we have the fucking the fullback to the fucking 8 hole, whatever the fuck it is, right? And you initiate that plan to get success. When the success is a synthesis between those two things. So what we're going through right now in our existence is Hegelian dialectic. How did Prodigy die though? Like the nigga choked to death on the egg after he dropped his greatest fucking album he ever could have made. Like H&IC was dope because it was hood, but he was talking about some deeper shit too in all his music. But Hegelian dialectic was actually straight, boom, esoteric, right in your motherfucking face. Symbolism, symbols in the words, symbols in the numbers, symbols in the fucking meanings, and the quotes and shit, right? And what does this nigga say? He fucking dies by choking on an egg. The funniest thing is how you choke on an egg, like a whole egg. The funnier thing is he didn't even eat eggs. Strange. Very strange, right? That's this Hermetic Brotherhood of Light, bro. Think about this. I'm about to end too. I gotta get ready to go. Think about this. What if all the shit that's happening around your life, all the shit you're watching on TV, all the shit that's happening, the elites, the agendas, the conspiracies, the plots, the plans, the indoctrination, the lions, the tigers, the bears, the oh my's? What if that is all a very elaborate Hegelian dialectic situation that you, all caps, set for you, the fictitious person that represents the invisible entity, the supreme understanding? What if you created this shit for your own experience, but you got to find yourself out of it, like the fucking maze, like that maze in fucking what's that movie, that TV show, uh, Westworld. You got to find yourself out your own maze that you created, and all the shit that's happening is like this giant mass online multiplayer fucking world, this sandbox. We're all plugged in. It's not like we've been fucking kidnapped and total recall and they slapped some shit on our back of our neck on some Matrix shit. But what if it was like a great agreement that how are we gonna fucking enjoy experience in the next incarnation? Well, all the idea possible experiences, the collective consciousness, this is what we'll do. But we won't let ourselves know. But we'll always let ourselves know through the experience. But we'll keep it so we have to learn it and experience the experience to make it fun. Otherwise, it comes and goes like a breath of air, and you don't have life, and there is no death. So to give you life and death gives you experience. So when you go blaming this and that, maybe you're just blaming your own creation. And maybe you're supposed to, because you have to experience why you blame it to figure out why you don't have to blame. To understand the nature of reality around you. For God created man out of his own flesh, out of his own bones, and created woman out of the same thing. What if all the situations you're seeing, you're creating out of your own situation? That's the unseen situation. Think about that kind of shit. Because that's where I'm like, no bullshit. And it ain't really, I think it was the flat earth shit that really did it for me. Because if they were hiding, if it was a they, I'm gonna go back to somebody's to blame, right? If the true nature of reality is being hidden from me, why? That was my biggest question. Why? And a Christian father's like, well, because it's satanic conspiracy. He's on his throne in a volcano in the basement, and he's got his fucking minions. And they're plotting and planning on lava or some crazy ass shit. And they, whatever. But what if it was the only way God is able to experience is he can't let himself know that he's about to experience it because he's God. He knows everything. And if he can know everything, he can do everything, and he can be everything and be everywhere, it would be very, very easy for God to play the ultimate joke on himself and pretend like he's not God, only to find out that he is in the end and be like, wow, that was dope. Now that I'm God, what am I going to do? And here you are, doing it. No bullshit, y'all. That's why I get it. Yeah. You can hate religion, but it's only keeping your eyes closed. I'm not saying, oh, you got to see the light. You got to come to Jesus. Nah, nigga, Jesus is fucking you, nigga. It's your super you. It's your conscious, nigga. It's your awakened, super awakened, fucking level 10, motherfucking God mode. Was it ID Izod from Doom on a computer and shit, nigga? Or the Abacaba Abo or the up, down, left, right, B, select, start. That's your fucking U code, nigga, to activate fully out the melanin. Get all your melanin in fucking order and shit. Make sure everyone's all the same color and all the hues are right. It's your super self. That's what Christ consciousness is. So like if you hate the Bible, like you're gonna make, I'm not even say I can't even say you're gonna make it difficult because that's your path. Your path's gonna go the way you ordained it ahead of time and shit. So I can't be like, oh, you're missing out. Only you can be like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why you can't judge other people because you judge yourself. Someone else, you judge yourself because you said, "I like really me." I'm just a fucking fictitious part representation of your infinite you, and you're just a fictitious representation of my infinite me. And they, and this is what we do. We humans. Hue means spectrum. It means color. Man, when the colors of the rainbow, when the colors of the spectrum come from vibration, they become solidified. And we have the senses and the 5 degrees and the 7 and the 3 and the 6 and the 9, the 20, the 13 and the 8, the 22, the 23, and the 7 and 3.14, 1512, blah, 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 blah. It becomes the fucking golden ratio. And you will find, if you are able, when you allow yourself to, when that veil is lifted, like in the Bible says, when that veil is lifted, that's not, oh, my pineal gland's too calcified. I gotta fucking scrub it with a fucking brush. Nah, nigga. When your senses have raised up off their selves, when your senses take off the sensory mask of perception, the sensory mask of touch, the sensory mask of hearing, the sensory mask of taste, the sensory mask of smell, the sensory mask of emotional thought, sight, taste, touch, and thought and hearing. When you remove that shit and you be like Jim Carrey, that nigga said, I don't even exist. You be like, you understand why we don't exist. I'm just like, really? I'm just a voice crying out in the wilderness, nigga, eating locusts and honey. Black nigga John the Baptist come to save humanity. But like I gotta crucify myself. And who really likes to be crucified? They see a white guy get crucified. But I don't want to see somebody get crucified because that's like fucked up, right? You gotta crucify yourself. You gotta put yourself on the pillars. You gotta join them bitches. Because like I gotta get ready to go. But look, the Atlantean myth, man, another way to explain it. How did you get here through the pillars of Hercules? The straight. Two fucking pillars. Pussy lips. Oh my, but I say that shit. And you're like traveling like the Noah or the Knower or Noah with the ark. What ark? Is it a covenant? Nah, is it convenient? It would be convenient if it was a covenant. What's the covenant? Birth? Hey, I'm gonna be born. That means I'm gonna live and experience. That means I'm gonna die. That's the covenant. And I have to pass the canals, the birth canals, into this from Mary time, which is Mary. Oh, Mary's time. Oh, I got you. I got you. Real talk, bro. Secret Size ain't that bad. Like for real, you can have a lot of fun in that shit. But the thing is that some people that you knew that don't like Secret Size might not like you no more. And if you're worried more about being liked, then go get those fucking new go do the new dance on TikTok or fucking get fucking I don't know plastic surgery on your chin to make your chin lips to give yourself chin lips and shit, Botox chin lips or something, or fucking buy the new Yeezy if it looks like a fucking a fucking a bear trap and this new Yeezys, buy that. Fucking jam your flip in that shit. If you're worried about more about being liked, but if you want to learn and find out why you're here, dig, nigga. DITC, digging in the crates. And if you want to know some good ass hip hop, motherfucking Loot Pack, nigga. Madlib, MF Doom, Cannibal Ox, ASAP Rock, Apathy. I got a track. I got a whole playlist on my fucking on my channel of some dope ass hip hop Masons. Apathy from Connecticut and shit. Like this nigga's fucking Apathy and shit. He's with rhyme sayers and fucking S7L Esoteric and fucking and all the niggas back in the day, fucking sound bombing and all that shit. Niggas fire, bro. God, that nigga got some fucking hard ass flows. And when I was about to try to be a Mason year before last year and shit, he was in town. The other Mason brothers, they went to go see him and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that nigga, they was like, I said, hey, see if that nigga get that nigga autograph from me. And they said, the nigga said, I can't get the autograph, so I become raised. I'm like, well, bet. It's gonna take me like 3 years to get my record cleaned up. But look, I'm on a mission, right? I'm on a mission to do everything I can possible in this existence. I already lived the one side, now I'm on the other side, having a lot of fun and shit. I'm about to go play in a basketball game. You know what I'm saying? I got 2 days off from work and shit. I got 3 books I'm reading and shit. You know what I'm saying? And look, I'm not gonna say that Secret Society made my life worse or Secret Society made my life better. Because being a Secret Society, like, I can't tell my son what happened in the initiation, but if he wants to know, he'll find out when he gets older. And if he joins the order that I'm not in, then we won't be able to have intercourse and exchange certain ideas and stuff. But that fictitious person can't talk to the fictitious person about the things the unseen, the super ego, the super conscious talks about. But once you're doing things on the super conscious level, it's all connected. So you don't have to fucking know the oath. I don't have to know the Masonic oath, even though I fucking do, and I shouldn't. Which kind of makes it spoil my experience a little bit when I do the Masonic principle initiation system. I become a Mason, but I haven't experienced yet, so it's gonna be fun. You know what I'm saying? But I was initiated with other Masons in the OTO. 3 of them. 1, 2, 3 of them. You know what I'm saying? And they all Prince Hall. And we good friends. We brothers. You know what I'm saying? And the beautiful thing, peace, David Taylor. The beautiful thing is that no matter, because I'm about to leave. No matter what you want, you will get it. Seek and ye shall find. If you believe it, if you believe it in if you see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. Look, I got a lighter in my hand. Whoever designed this lighter, the first person to come up with this idea, that lighter and that color, I'm holding that motherfucker's thought in my hand. That motherfucker is alive right now because I'm interacting with his infinite conscious that still continues to this day. The water bottle. If you look at that water bottle, who made it? A plastic bag for a chip bag. A black man made that. So every time you see a plastic bag that like a Lay's potato chip bag or Doritos or Fritos or whatever, or Cheetos, the man who invented that bag, he's still alive because his works are carrying through after his death. But the thing is, you don't never die. You just recombinate and rechange and reshape. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, it changes shape. What is God? Everything. And who are you? Well, you're a fictitious representation of everything, but you are made of everything. Snapple, made from the best stuff on earth. Earth, fire, water, wind, spirit. I am Captain Planet. Well, damn, I am fucking Captain Planet, man. And Michael Jordan's the shoe nigga for the entire world. So if you want to like really other realms for the flat earthers, for the inner earthers, inner earth, for the ball earthers, globe earthers, heliocentric model earthers, other planets, it's all talking about somewhere else. Yes, you can get there. Yes, you are connected right now to there, but you have to decipher your own cipher, and you're in the middle of it. What up, Ice Snap? Hey, nigga. Hey, look, I don't know if you were here for the whole time, bro, but I'm about to end this shit. I got a basketball. I got to get to this fucking gym and shit. I got the league start up in like 25 minutes and stuff. I got to get out there and stretch out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I hope everybody who tuned in liked what I was talking about. It's like, look, it's like you said, I Snap. That's you talking. You're just doing it from outside yourself through me, nigga. You feel me? But yeah, peace and love to everybody and shit. Try to challenge yourself to keep an open mind and shit. To reevaluate everything that you believe in, even things you don't want to stop believing in. Reevaluate that shit. And I'm gonna end this too. I started off with the Aleister Crowley. I'm gonna end it off with Aleister Crowley, right? I'm gonna end off with one of my favorite quotes by Aleister Crowley, right? Damn, I almost forgot it. Balance every thought with its opposition, because the marriage of the two is the destruction of illusion. Think about that. Balance every thought, make them equal with its opposition. So you make them equal to each other, the one thought and the opposing thought. Fucking shampoo's better, conditioner's better. Shout out to Adam Sandler. Balance them together and shit, and then put them both together, like in your hair, on the mind, head and shoulders, and you will marry those two, and something will be created. When you're operating in maritime law, when you're contracting, you're creating. It is a situation of feminine and masculine energies, creating a new form of its own self to reproduce itself, a byproduct of itself. And yes, it is a product. And yes, it can be sold. Yes, it can be harnessed and stuff. But when you're dealing with maritime law, understand this, that we're talking about birth. Docking and birth is fucking. The Bible is a book about fucking. Life is a book about is about fucking. It's all done by the sex act, which is the creation act, which is the orgasm, which is the Big Bang, which is life. And you are the purpose of all that shit. You are the observer experiencing its own creation in a fictitious manner. Once you decide to stop playing that game, you have conquered it. Then you create a new game. And if you do, just give me an Infinity Gauntlet with Jordan Infinity Gauntlet, nigga, so I can like dunk from the fucking free throw line, or I can kick a fucking field goal from the fucking half court. So in the hole, Wu-Tang, nigga. Shaheem, motherfucking Dreddy Kruger and shit. Fucking fire ass song. I'm about to listen to that shit while I'm on the way on my bike to go play this game, nigga. I know Nick is live and then. Allen Iverson, take it to the hole and roll it in. Triple double win. Suicide drills, get your calves built. Crossovers ill. Have you thinking water spill? That nigga Shaheem was so hard, nigga. And he's a good ass actor. Anyway, hey, peace and love to everybody. Do what thou wilt be the whole of the law. Love is law, loving the will. To thine own self be true. And do unto others you want done to yourself. Simple as that. And I'm out.